Hey, welcome back to another episode of Staceyosity, the podcast, where we get into the tough stuff and how we're getting through it. Whether it's life, personal, business, work, entrepreneurship, whatever the case may be, let's talk about it here. And without further ado, let's get into it. All right, on this episode, I want to talk a little bit about pivoting and change, what that means to me right now, what it's meant to me previously, and how I'm kind of seeing it in a different light. Um, since my last episode, I have had some time to reflect, I've had some time to process, to write. I've continued to write, journaling, and I'm continuing to talk to people, talk with myself internally, and sit with myself and listen, kind of how I said with my last episode. And it's been a really humbling and grounding experience because I historically change is very difficult for me, very, very difficult. I have often seen change as hostile. I've seen change as traumatic and just something that is a very scary thing. So I have been working very hard towards changing my viewpoint on that into a more positive side of things. And I realized today that change and allowing myself to pivot can be a very positive thing. So, you know, it doesn't have to mean when you pivot, it doesn't have to mean going back into something you dislike. I think I was a little bit stuck on that previously, thinking that, I'm trying to go this new, more free road where, with work, where I'm trying to do things on my own and walk into entrepreneurship and things like that, right? And I had a mindset of, okay, I'm going to do X to get to income, right? This is my plan. This is going to be my forefront in uh, moving forward with my main income source that's going to be on my own. Well, it hasn't been working out how I planned for it to be. I don't feel successful in it. I don't feel useful. The industry has been changing so much right now, and it's in a very uncertain time. So I don't like it. I've realized more and more, and I'm being more and more honest with myself that I don't like, I don't enjoy at this point recruiting. So, uh, recruiting has been something I've been very successful in and very good at for a long time. And in this moment in time, I'm okay. I'm learning to be okay with not being great at it and not enjoying it right now. So I'm allowing myself to think of a different path. And it doesn't have to be permanent. And that's what I'm trying to tell myself is none of these things are permanent. They don't have to be. They can be, but they don't have to be. I'm not stuck somewhere where I don't want to be. So life is fluid, things change, and I can narrate that to the positive. So I'm pivoting. I'm changing my plan for my main income source to some other side work that I've been doing where I'm actually making money on. So I'm going to try to grow that. I kind of just had this eureka moment where it's like, duh, if I just put all my focus into this, that I'm where I'm actually making money, um, sort of freelancing, then I can I can focus on what I'm good at right now, and it's going to give me the confidence boost that I need, and I can still continue recruiting as well. It's just going to be a shifted focus. I'm just pivoting towards seeing things as seeing recruiting as a side portion or a secondary source rather than my main. So that really freed up my mind today. Really, really freed it up. And I feel like a massive weight has been lifted. Um, with that. So even just shifting my focus that little bit, just that little change, I don't know if you can even hear it in my voice, but I can definitely feel it. It has made a huge impact on me already, productivity wise, just in the past couple hours. It's been totally different night and day. Now I have a plan. I have a clear sight of where I'm going, what I'm doing, and I feel like I have more time and more bandwidth to mentally and physically do all the things that I want to do. Now I've reprioritized things, restructured to where I have, first, secondary, third, and all these other side hustles, and then possible paths from these. So then that way I don't feel like I'm stuck with one thing, because that's really what was an initial thought that got me here. I keep repeating this to a lot of people. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. It's simple economics. It's the one thing that stuck with me from high school. I had a history teacher who said this, and I'll never forget that. So don't put all your eggs in one basket, because time and time again in my life, it has been shown to me one way or another, whether I like it or not. You can't count on one thing. You can't count on one income source, no matter how comfy you think your job is, no matter how perfect you think it is, no matter what. Even as an entrepreneur, you can't do one thing, because then you're leaning all your weight on this one leg, and eventually it's gonna falter, it's gonna wobble, it's gonna fall, or it's gonna weaken. So if I, give myself multiple legs to stand on, then I'm going to feel a lot more free to do what I want to do, to change things when I need to change them if I'm not feeling it. And I feel really, really, really excited and free to be moving in that direction. So, if you can tell, I'm really relieved, taking a lot of breaths. I'm kind of letting this out and processing this. And I was super excited to hit record today and tell you guys this, because um, I feel like I'm back on the path again. I feel like I'm back on my journey. I feel clarity, and it's like I can be useful. And that's a main thing for me. I really need to feel useful and feel like I'm being productive. It's not that I don't want to work, it's that I want to be effective and I want to be good at what I'm doing. I don't want to suck at it. So I'm trying to go in the directions where I'm seeing myself succeed, and then take it from there. And I'm being okay. I'm working on being okay with these things not being perfect, these things not being certain. And I'm reminding myself, just like I mentioned earlier, that nothing in life is certain. There is no certain job. There is no certain relationship. There is no certain, um, income that you're counting on. Nothing in life is certain. You just have to put all you can into things, and allow and be open to change. You know, that's my initial thoughts there. And it's really kind of eye opening that I had this realization today. Today, uh, it was the first day. It's really embarrassing to even say this out loud if you know me, because I love the beach, and the whole point, not the whole point, but a major, determining factor of moving across the country and where I am now was so that I could be near the beach all the time and go see the ocean and listen to the waves crash. And the ocean brings me a lot of peace and grounding. And every single time I'm near a body of water, but specifically the ocean, even better, I always have, epiphanies or realizations, or I become okay with certain things in my life. I just have these aha moments every time that I'm at the beach, every time that I can see this big wide ocean. It really humbles me and allows me to take a step back and look at the bigger picture, and to stop being so narrowly focused in the moments. It really widens the perspective for sure. So I went to the beach today for the first time, actually put my toes in the sand. I mean, yes, I've walked, on the beach many times since I've been here. I've looked at the ocean from like, far away back, where the sand starts and whatnot, but it's not the same. Today, I actually dug my toes into the sand. I sat in the sun. I went into the water. I had fun. I laughed. I listened to the calming waves and just allowed the water to carry me around, to float me around, and it was wonderful. Which, I need to go there more often. But that really put things in perspective for me. It was a reason that why I'm here. It was everything became full circle for me today. And I love those full circle moments because it just solidifies and reminds me of everything that I've ever worked for, of the whole path and the journey that I've been on to get here today. All the difficult times, all the struggles, all the heartbreak and heartache. It brought me here and it reminded me what was so important that I needed to be here for. And to gain that kind of power is, internal power, not greedy power, but internal emotional mental power and strength is amazing. It's something that, some people never feel or never experience in their lifetime, and I'm very grateful. Um, for this experience. And with all these full circle moments, it just reminded me I need to get to the beach more often. I need to dig my toes in the sand and touch the water and enjoy that, nature, and take a moment, take a beat sometimes, no matter how busy, chaotic, crazy life is. In fact, stop myself in those moments when it is at its craziest and I'm at my wit's end. It's those moments that it's probably the most important for me to take a step back, to take a moment, carve out time in my day, and go step away and be, calm and just listen to the sounds of the ocean and enjoy the whole experience. So I just wanted to say that before I forgot, because all of these moments compiled have led me to where I'm at today, and I really look forward to looking back on this in the future and being grateful for these aha moments, and especially during a time of such difficulty that I'm in right now. For me to be able to do that is a big step, because that's not something that I've been able to do before. Okay, in the spirit of pivoting and openness, I just want to kind of close with, and I'm talking to myself, remember, change does not have to be bad. You can choose happy and positive change. When you're feeling uncomfortable with something, you do not have to stay there. You do not have to stay there. No one is forcing you into that. If anyone ever made you feel like that, or if anything ever did, or if you made yourself feel like that for any reason, I think you have to ask yourself why. Which, that's exactly what I've been asking myself for the past couple of weeks. Why am I feeling this way? And I really just had a tough time coming to all this conclusion, which was like a conclusion from, or a multi-realization from the last episode until this one, which was only a couple days apart. And it just takes time. It just takes time, and you have to allow yourself to go through the process. But change can be good, change can be positive, and pivoting is a good thing. And this plan that I have myself on right now, I am going to do my very best to remind myself that it does not have to be permanent. It can be permanent, it doesn't have to be. And parts of it can change, and I can be open to change. And that'll be a good thing. Because as long as I'm being true to myself and I am trying to go in the path that makes me the most happy and comfortable, when I'm being completely honest with myself, of course, I think that I'm going in the right direction when I'm doing those things. So I'm going to continue this self-care because I'm feeling amazing in this moment. I'm feeling relieved in this moment of where I'm at. And I know that I did not get to this. I didn't get over this hump until I started the self-care. I started, eating a little bit better, making these little changes and writing and talking and taking the day today to go to the beach. All of these things have been subconscious sort of things that I've done. And I mean, yes, I've had self-talk about it to make those decisions, but really saying it out loud is helping it become a fact. And I'm going to continue these podcasts and all that as well, which is really helping me organize my thoughts too. So I'm going to keep talking myself through this time because it's working so far, and I'm hoping to stay on the path. All right. Well, we'll see what the next couple days or week brings. I'm excited to see how this new path that I'm taking is going, and I'll check back in very soon. All right. Till next time.